If you have been looking into ULIPs for long-term wealth creation but are not sure whether the numbers actually hold up after charges and taxes, this video will give you a clear answer. By the end, you will know exactly how a ULIP builds wealth over time, what the taxes rules say, and who this product is genuinely built for. And in the last section, I will give you direct answers to the 3 questions most people have before they commit to one. Let us start with how the money actually works inside a ULIP. When you pay your premium every year, a portion goes towards your life insurance cover. The cost of keeping that cover active is called the mortality charge. Think of it as what you pay each month to keep your family protected. After that, the remaining money goes into a fund you choose. That fund is linked to the market, and it grows or falls based on market performance. The longer you stay invested, the more your money compounds. Compounding simply means that your returns start earning on their own. Over 20 years, that effect becomes very powerful. 2 things work in your favor over a 20-year ULIP. The first is your money growing in the fund. The second is that the cost of your life cover gradually reduces over time as the gap between your cover amount and your fund value narrows. In a ULIP, your death benefit is higher of fund value or sum assured. So as your fund grows over the years, the insurer's actual payout obligation shrinks, which reduces the mortality charge deducted from your premium each month. The longer you stay invested, the more efficiently the whole structure works. This is where the case for a ULIP gets genuinely interesting, and it is worth understanding the full picture. The maturity amount you receive from a ULIP is completely tax-free under Section 11 read with Schedule 2 of the Income Tax Act 2025, previously Section 1010D. That means you keep every rupee. Nothing is deducted when the money comes to you at the end of the policy. This rule applies to policies taken on or after February 1, 2021, as updated by the Finance Act 2021, which added 2 important conditions that both must be met. If your total ULIP premium across all your ULIP policies stays within Rs 2.5 lakh per year and your annual premium does not exceed 10% of the sum assured, the full maturity amount is tax-free. If either condition is not met, that is, your total premium goes above Rs 2.5 lakh per year or your premium exceeds 10% of the sum assured, the gains are taxed as capital gains. Yearly premium up to Rs 2.5 lakh and not exceeding 10% of the sum assured. Full maturity amount is tax-free. Yearly premium above Rs 2.5 lakh or premium exceeding 10% of the sum assured, gains are taxed as capital gains. Applies to policies taken on or after February 1, 2021. Finance Act 2021. There is also a second tax benefit worth knowing. Under Section 123 of the Income Tax Act 2025, previously Section 80C, the premium you pay into a ULIP qualifies for a deduction of up to Rs 1.5 lakh per year within the overall Section 123 limit, provided you are on the old tax regime and the annual premium does not exceed 10% of the sum assured. If you are in the 30% tax bracket, that is up to Rs 45,000 saved in tax every year on the premium itself. So the tax picture has 2 parts, a deduction on what you pay in under Section 123 and no tax on what you receive at the end under Section 11, read with Schedule 2 of the Income Tax Act 2025, previously Section 1010D. Subject to both conditions being met, the annual premium must not exceed 10% of the sum assured, and aggregate annual ULIP premium must stay within Rs 2.5 lakh for policies issued on or after February 1st, 2021. Both are confirmed under the Income Tax Act 2025 as currently in force. This is the question a lot of people land on, so let us go through it honestly. ULIPs carry higher fees in the early years. There are charges for managing the fund, for your life cover, for your administrating the policy, and for allocating your premium into the fund. Other market-linked investments options typically have lower yearly fees. But here is what changes at the back end once you are looking at a 20-year outcome. When you redeem most market-linked investments, gains above Rs 1.25 lakh per year are taxed at 12.5% as long-term capital gains tax. As confirmed in Finance Act 2024, on a final amount of Rs 80 lakh where the gains are significant, that tax becomes a meaningful number. With ULIP, If your yearly premium stays within rupees 2.5 lakh and does not exceed 10% of the sum assured, the full rupees 80 lakh comes out with no tax and all under Section 11 read with Schedule 2 of the Income Tax Act 2025, previously Section 10(10)(d). That gap in the final amount you actually keep is worth understanding before you choose. There is also something most people do not think about until later. Inside a ULIP, you can move your money between an equity fund and a more stable debt fund as your life state changes, completely without any tax being triggered. No capital gains tax, no exit charges on the switch itself. If you did the same rebalancing in other market-linked options, each switch would count as a sale and attract tax. Over a 20-year period where you will almost certainly want to rebalance, that adds up. So, what is the honest answer? If you have a 15 to 20-year timeline, your yearly premium fits within rupees 2.5 lakh and you want life cover and a growing fund in one product without managing the tax on every switch you make, a ULIP holds up well when you look at the final amount you actually receive. If you prefer to keep your investments and insurance separate and want the lowest possible fees from day one, other market-linked options may suit you better. Both are reasonable choices. The right one depends on what you are trying to do. Everything we covered today comes down to 3 questions most people ask before they commit to a ULIP. Let me answer each one directly. Is a ULIP a good investment for long-term wealth creation in India? For someone with a 15 to 20-year timeline who wants life cover and a market-linked savings pot in one product, yes. The equity fund growth combined with tax-free maturity under Section 10(10)(d) on premiums within rupees 2.5 lakh per year makes it a genuinely competitive option for building wealth. The fees in the early years mean the product needs time to work properly. Below 10 years, the numbers do not favor it. Is a ULIP a good option for tax saving in India in 2026? It is one of the few products that give you a deduction on the premium you pay in under Section 123 of the Income Tax Act 2025, previously Section 80C, under the old tax regime and completely tax-free proceeds when the policy matures under Section 11, read with Schedule 2 of the Income Tax Act 2025, previously Section 10(10)(d). Subject to both conditions being met, the annual premium must not exceed rupees 2.5 lakh across all ULIPs issued on or after February 1st, 2021 and must not exceed 10% of the sum assured. So, if you are in the 30% tax bracket, the annual savings on the premium depends on how much you invest. Rupees 1 lakh a year saves you rupees 30,000 in tax and rupees 1.5 lakh a year saves rupees 45,000 in both cases. The full maturity amounts comes out tax-free at the end, provided both conditions are met. What should I look for in a ULIP if I am buying it for the first time? Look for 3 things. First, a fund menu that includes a strong equity option so your money has room to grow over the long term. Second, a clear benefit illustration from the insurer showing the charges and projected amounts with IRDAI requires every insurer to provide before you buy. Third, a claim settlement ratio that has stayed above 97% for at least 3 consecutive years. The claim settlement ratio is the percentage of death claims an insurer paid out in a year, published annually by IRDAI for every life insurer in India. ABSLI's individual claim settlement ratio for FY 25-26 stands at 98.86% as per the annual audited figures submitted to IRDAI published. If you have been trying to work out whether a ULIP is actually worth 15 or 20 years of commitment, I hope this has given you a clear picture. I have linked ABSLI's ULIP options in the description below. You can use the calculator there to see your projected amount and tax savings based on your own premium and how many years you plan to stay invested. I also recommend speaking with a financial advisor who can help you confirm whether a ULIP fits your situation. Like and subscribe if this was useful.